Good morning to all of you. Today we have discussed the summarized video of the chemical effect of electric current. In the chemical effect of the electric current, students, you may already read in class 7. There are two effects of electric current, that is heating effect and magnetic effect. And in class 8 there is another effect that you have to study, that is the chemical effect. When a current is flow through a circuit, it is causes two effect, that is heating effect and magnetic effect. And when current is flows through a circuit through a solution, it can causes three effect, that is magnetic effect, heating effect and chemical effect also. Just go through the chapter. Before going to this chapter, we have discussed first what are the good conductor and poor conductor. The good conductors are those the materials which allow electric current to pass through them are good conductors of electricity, and on the other hand material which do not allow electric current to pass through them are poor conductor of electricity. We found that metals such as copper and aluminum conduct electricity, whereas materials such as rubber, plastic, and wood do not conduct electricity. However, so far we have used our tester to test material which were in solid state till class 6 and class 7. But what about the liquids? Do liquid also conduct electricity? Let us find out. To test whether the liquid allowed electric current to pass through or not, we can use the same tester, however replace the cell by a battery. And student, you know what is the difference between cell and a battery. Single cell is known as a cell and combination of cells is known as battery. In the activity 14.1, join the free ends of the tester together for a moment. This completes a circuit of the tester and bulb should glow. However, if bulb does not glow, it means that the tester is not working. Can you think of the possible reason? Is it possible that the connection are loose, or the bulb are fused, or your cells are used up? These are the possible reasons when we connect through a bulb through a circuit and bulb is not glow. If they are, then replace the bulb with another bulb. Now test the tester is working or not, and if it is still not working, then replace the cells with new fresh cell. Now that your tester is working, and let us use to test various liquids. We have taken in activity 14.2 as a lemon juice or a vinegar juice and collect a few some plastic or rubber caps of discarded bottle and clean them. Pour 1 teaspoon of lemon juice or vinegar in one cap. Bring your tester over this cap and let the ends of the tester dip into the lemon juice or vinegar as shown in figure 14.2. Take care that ends are not more than 1 centimeter apart, but at the same time do not touch with each other. Does the bulb glow? Does the lemon juice or the vinegar conduct electricity? The lemon juice contains citric acid and vinegar contain acetic acid, and these two acids must conduct electricity. But when the liquid between the two ends of the tester allowed the liquid current to pass, the circuit of the tester becomes complete. As you know, current is always flows through in the closed circuit, not in an open circuit. And now this circuit is complete. The current flows in the circuit and the bulbs glow. When the liquid does not allow the electric current to pass, the circuit of the tester is not complete and bulb does not glow. But in some situation, even though the liquid is conducting as it is happening in activity 14.2, bulb may not be glow if they have happened in activity 14.2. What can be the reason? Do you remember why the bulb gives glows when the electric current pass through it? Due to its heating effect. And the filament of bulb has a very high temperature around 1000 to 1200 degrees centigrade, and it starts glowing. Then it starts glowing, and however if the current through a circuit is too weak, the filament does not get heated sufficiently and it does not glow. And why it is the current in the circuit weak? Well, though a material may conduct electricity, but it may not conduct as easily as a metal. As a result, circuit of the tester may be complete, and yet the current through it may be too weak to make bulb to glow. Can we make another tester which can detect a weak current? For weak current, we can use LED as you seen in the figure 14.3. We can use another effect of electric current to make another kind of tester. And do you recall that electric current produces a magnetic effect also? And what happens to a compass needle kept nearby when current flows in a wire? Even if the current is small, the deflection of magnetic needle can be seen. The structure of LED, there are the two wires attached to the lead. One lead is slightly longer than the other, and while connecting to a circuit, longer lead is always connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and shorter lead is connected always negative terminal of the battery. In 14.3 we have to discuss another effect of electric current, that is magnetic effect. And take the tray from the inside discarded matchbox, wrap an electric wire few times around the tray, place a small compass needle inside it, and now connect one free end of the wire to the terminal of the battery and leave the other end free. Take another piece of wire and connect it to the other terminal of the battery. Join the free ends of the two wires momentarily. टाइम पे उसको ज्वाइन करते रहिए, एंड द कंपास नीडल शुड शो डिफ्लेक्शन. एंड repeat the activity 14.2 using this tester, and then do you find the deflection in the compass needle at the moment you dip the free ends of the tester in a lemon juice? Your answer will be yes, the compass needle. When we dip in the lemon juice, the compass needle shows deflection. Take out the ends of the tester from the lemon juice, dip them water, then wipe them dry. Repeat the activity with other liquids such as tap water, vegetable milk, and honey. And as we have illustrated in 14.1, there are different material to use and to detect whether the solution is a good conductor or poor conductor of electricity. First material we have taken, that is the lemon juice. Compass needle shows deflection and it is a good conductor. Second, that is we have taken another liquid, that is vinegar. It is compass needle also shows deflection and it is a good conductor. Tap water, compass needle also shows deflection and it is a good conductor. When we taken vegetable oil, it will compass needle will stop deflection and it is a poor conductor. Milk, when we taken milk, it is also shows deflection, it is a good conductor. And when we take honey, it does not show any deflection, that's why it is a poor conductor. From table 14.1 we find that some liquids are good conductor and some are poor conductor. Next is in class 7 you have classified the materials under the conduction of heat and electricity. Conductor, we have classified two material, conductor and insulator. But insulator, the word is wrong over here because under certain conditions some material can conduct electricity. For example is air. So better classification for material is that is the good conductor and poor conductor. And in activity 14.4 we have to see in activity that whether the distilled water conduct electricity or not. When we change the solution and it contain distilled water, the distilled water do not conduct electricity because it is free from salt, free from all the salt. And what do we do to make the distilled water to conduct electricity? If we want to conduct electricity through distilled water, when salt is dissolved, some amount of salt or and to obtain salt solution, and this is a conductor of electricity. After dissolving the one pinch of salt in the distilled water, it may good conductor of electricity, whereas distilled water could not conduct electricity through them because it is free from salt. We have found that common salt when dissolved in distilled water makes it a good conductor, And what are the substances which dissolve in distilled water to make it conducting? To make it distilled water conducting, we can add acid, bases and salt. Some pinch of acid or some pinch of bases or a salt to make distilled water conducting. Next effect, that is the chemical effect. To discuss the chemical effect, we have to discuss over here activity 14.6, and 14.6 activity consists of electrolysis of water. We have taken over here a liquid, that is water, and we have poured few drops of acid in it, because to make water more conducting, and take out the carbon rods carefully from two discarded cells as the two electrodes, and clean their metal caps with a sandpaper. Wrap the copper wires around the metal caps to make it conducting of carbon rods and join them to a battery. Pour a cupful of water or glass, add teaspoonful of salt or a few drops of lemon juice water to make it more conducting, and now immerse the electrode on this solution and make sure that metal caps of carbon rods are outside the water. Wait for 3 or 4 minutes. Observe the electrodes carefully. Children, you know the water is made up of two gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen being positively charged is much collected on the negative terminal, and oxygen it must collect on the positive terminal of the electrode. And can we call this change is a chemical change, because water is a liquid, and when we electrolyze the water, that is break down the water molecule under the electricity, water can dissociate into its constituent element, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So who discovered the electrodes? That is in 1800, a British chemist William Nicholson has shown that if electrodes were immersed in water and current was passed, the bubbles of oxygen and hydrogen were produced. Oxygen bubbles formed on the electrode connected to the positive terminal of battery, and the hydrogen bubbles formed on the other electrode. The passage of electric current through a conducting solution causes chemical reaction. As a result, bubbles of gases may be formed on the electrode. Deposit of any metal can be seen on the electrode. Change of color of solution may also occur, and reaction would depend upon what solution and what electrodes you are used. And these are the sum of effects of the chemical effect of electric current. The most important application of chemical effect of electric current is electroplating. That what is electroplating? That is deposition of superior material on the surface of the inferior material by the passage of electricity is known as electroplating. To understand electroplating, that we have to discuss an activity 14.7. We will need copper sulfate solution and two copper plates of same size around 10 into 4 centimeter. Take 250 ml of distilled water in a clean and dry beaker. Dissolve 2 spoonful of copper sulfate. Again we have taken distilled water which do not conduct electricity. To make distilled water conducting, we have poured copper sulfate in it. Add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to copper sulfate solution to make it more conducting. Clean the copper plates with a sandpaper, and now rinse them with water and dry them. Connect the copper plates to the terminals of the battery and immerse in a copper sulfate solution. Allow current to pass for about 15 minutes, and now remove the electrodes from the solution and look them carefully. Do you find any difference in one of them? Do you find the coating over it? And what color is coating? Note down the terminal of the battery which electrode is connected. Actually, when electric current is passed through the copper sulfate solution, copper sulfate firstly dissociate into copper and sulfate ion. The free copper gets drawn to the electrode connected to the copper. It is a positively charged ion, and it must connected to the negative terminal of the battery. But what about the loss of copper from the solution? From the other electrode we have taken, because in the activity we have taken the copper electrode. So from the other electrode of copper plate, an equal amount of copper get dissolved into the solution. Thus the loss of copper from the solution is restored and process continue, and this means that copper gets transferred from one electrode to the another electrode. The process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by means of electricity is called electroplating, and it is one of the most common application of chemical effect of electric current. Electroplating is very useful process. It is widely used in industries for coating metal objects with a thin layer of different metal. The layer of metal deposited has some desired property. For example, chromium plating is done in many objects such as car parts, bath taps, kitchen gas burners, bicycle handlebars, wheel rims and many other. जो आपको जो है बाईसाइकिल का हैंडल बार चमकता हुआ दिखाई पड़ता है, एक्चुअली बाईसाइकिल तो किससे बनी होती है, लोहे से ही बनी होती है, लेकिन उसके ऊपर कुछ उसके एसेंशियल पार्ट्स में क्रोमियम की कोटिंग कर दी जाती है. क्रोमियम हैज़ अ शाइनी अपीयरेंस and it does not corrode. It resists scratches. However, chromium is expensive and it may not be economical to make the whole object out of the chromium. तो आप ये भी पूछ सकते हैं कि मैम पूरी साइकिल ही क्रोमियम का क्यों नहीं बना दिया जाता. तो पूरी साइकिल अगर क्रोमियम की इसलिए नहीं बनाई जाती बिकॉज इट इज़ अ क्वाइट एक्सपेंसिव मेटल, और आप साइकिल में इतना पैसा कोई इन्वेस्ट नहीं करेगा. सो ऑब्जेक्ट इज मेड फ्रॉम चीपर metal and only a coating of chromium over it is deposited where it is necessary. इसी तरह ज्वेलरी मेकर्स इलेक्ट्रोप्लेट सिल्वर एंड गोल्ड सो लेस एक्सपेंसिव मेटल. आप अपने किसी भी लेस एक्सपेंसिव मेटल के ऊपर गोल्ड की कोटिंग चढ़ा सकते हैं, आप अपनी घड़ी में भी चढ़ा सकते हैं. These ornaments have the appearance of silver or gold but are much less expensive. Tin cans used for storing food are made by electroplating onto the iron, and tin is less reactive than iron. Thus, food does not come into contact with iron and it is protecting from getting spoiled. Iron is used in bridges and automobiles to provide strength, but however, iron tends to corrode and rust. So, a coating of zinc is deposited on the iron to protect the corrosion and formation of rust. आयरन की एक सबसे जो है नेगेटिव पॉइंट क्या है कि उसमें कोरोजन होता है, रस्टिंग हो जाती है, और जिसकी वजह से वो जो आयरन का ऑब्जेक्ट है वो जो है ख़राब हो जाता है. इसलिए आयरन के ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर जो है दूसरे मेटल जिंक की कोटिंग चढ़ा के रखी जाती है ताकि उसकी जो है स्ट्रेंथ सही रहे. In the electroplating factories, the disposal or use of the used conducting solution is a major concern. It is polluting waste and there is a specific disposal guidelines to protect the environment. तो ये इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में सबसे ज़्यादा डिस्पोजल को जो डायरेक्टली रिवर में नहीं थ्रो करना चाहिए, बिकॉज फैक्ट्रीज वेस्ट शुड बी न्यूट्रलाइज बिफोर डिस्पोजिंग इन द वाटर. So that about the whole chapter explanation of chemical effect of the electroplating and chemical effect of the electric current. Okay, thank you.